invisible audience, new camera! I didn't really want to make this video because I know how the internet is, and I know that the trailer got the most dislikes of any video of all time or whatever, and I know that if I make a video about how excited I am about Ghostbusters, like, that's not gonna end well, but here I am anyway. I keep going on rants whenever I catch my reflection in the mirror. I just sort of start talking to myself about Ghostbusters, and I feel like that's a sign that I need to talk about Ghostbusters. The problem that I'm having with Ghostbusters isn't that I'm excited about Ghostbusters, because that's not a problem. The problem that I'm having is that whenever I tell someone, particularly guys, that I'm excited about the new Ghostbusters movie, is that they look at me like I'm crazy. And the thing is that they don't get it. They don't understand why I'm excited about Ghostbusters. And that's because the reason I'm excited about Ghostbusters is the same reason that they don't get it. And that reason comes down to representation in media. From the moment that we're born, from the moment that we are placed in the society that we grow up in, we just sort of have media thrown at us. We grow up watching movies and television, and whether we realize it or not, the things that we watch impact how we see the world around us as well as how we see ourselves. And that can be sort of a problem considering that a study done on the top 100 films released in 2014 revealed that 75% of protagonists are men and 12% are women. The rest being an ensemble sort of thing. This is troubling for a number of reasons. For example, 50% of audiences are women. Like, that's pretty evenly split, and yet women don't get to see themselves as protagonists nearly as often as they should. There's also a lot of issues with representation in regards to people of color, and just anyone who's not a straight white man in general is just Hollywood is a mess. The problem with growing up in a culture where 75% of the protagonists that you see on screen are men is that if you're a woman, like, how are you supposed to relate to that? Funnily enough, we are actually just trained to. We learn from a very young age how to relate to, like, the male mindset. We see so many male characters on TV and in movies that we just sort of have to learn how to empathize with them. The problem is that men aren't forced to do this in reverse. So women are generally fairly good at empathizing with genders other than their own on screen or in other types of media, whereas men are not. They always have a character for them. Men have all of the Ghostbusters, whereas women watching the original Ghostbusters have the secretary or the love interest, and if they want to really connect to the main characters and the actual overall plot of the movie, they have to learn how to empathize with, you know, this lineup of dudes. And while generally we're really good at this and we've done it for so long that we don't even realize that we're doing it, it's not the same as having a character like you on screen. We're able to empathize with the original Ghostbusters, but we also are fully aware that we are not the original Ghostbusters. We don't get to be the heroes, we don't get to save the day, and it sinks into our psyche as women, and it sinks into the psyche of men, and it just sort of perpetuates this imbalance in gender in our society as a whole. Are you starting to see why I'm super excited about Ghostbusters? I'm excited to see Ghostbusters because when I was a kid watching the original Ghostbusters movie, I didn't get to see myself as those heroes. I wanted to be those heroes. Who doesn't want to be a Ghostbuster? That's awesome! Ghostbusters are awesome! I am excited for Ghostbusters because I know that watching this movie, a whole generation of girls who didn't get to grow up believing that they could be Ghostbusters now get to believe that they can be Ghostbusters. I'm excited for Ghostbusters because I finally get to see myself in that role. I get to be a Ghostbuster. Because women are Ghostbusters, I get to be a Ghostbuster. That's how it works. I'm a Ghostbuster now. If you're a woman, you're a Ghostbuster. If you're a man, you were already a Ghostbuster. Now we're just all Ghostbusters. I'm so excited. I love Ghostbusters. I'm terrified that this movie is going to flop and that it's going to be used as the example for years to come about why movies about women don't work, and that it's just gonna screw up so many things. There's a lot more to be said about this, both about Ghostbusters specifically and representation in media as a whole, but I'm going to stop here. Invisible audience, thank you for letting me rant to you about Ghostbusters. Go watch Ghostbusters! Yeah, wow, thanks, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, that's very insightful. Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo! How many times can I say Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters, 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 fuck.